Good evening. Good evening, Liana. Thank you for joining us this evening. This is our first client to be interviewed about our products and how she did on the one-step program that she signed up with us 5 weeks ago. Thank you, Liana, for joining us this evening, and please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, Glory. Thanks for having me. My name's Liana Monroe, and I run a food catering business and a drinks company. When I first heard about the program, I heard through it through a few of my friends and families that had been on it. And I was suffering from dizziness, lack of energy, and just generally feeling very unwell within myself. So I was recommended to the program, and then I came along to see yourselves, and I feel great now. So it definitely has worked for me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So when you were on the program, what foods did you actually eat?
Oh, okay. So because I'm a big foodie and I have a catering business, as you can imagine, I'm very interested in different types of food. Um, but now that my food was limited and I was avoiding more meat-based products, I went on an adventure with exploring different fruits and vegetables and the nutritional values on them. So I was trying things like on the program, you recommend millet as one of the grains that you can use. A lot of kale. I would only have fish once a week because I didn't want to overload on fish because I also know it's not that great, some of them. So all of the normal ones, I changed my brown onions to the red onions because I realized that they have more nutritional value and they're better for you. Um, Sweet potatoes, but I didn't have too much of those as well. So I just tried to have a lot of things in moderation, and I introduced new vegetables that were not on the my list of things to avoid. So I tried fennel, and I avoid normal seasonings as I know they're full of different salts. So I used thyme and parsley and things like that to flavor my food, some more natural products.
So did you use fresh thyme or dried?
Yes. No, I use fresh thyme. And even with thyme, there's so many different types of thyme. So, I tried lemon thyme. I tried different thymes. So it would give me more of a different flavor. And I had never tried fennel before, and fennel has its own unique taste. So I just like switched it up and tried new things to see what would work best for me.
Did you try any exercise?
Yes. So I started to do a lot more walking as in my day job, I drive everywhere. So I walk more, and that was how I started to get my metabolism working as well. And then I bought a weighted hula hoop. And so I've been doing my weighted hula hoop as well. So just little things at home. And then my dad, who's also been in the program, we decided to be gym buddies. So that was a way of us encouraging each other because he had some heart problems and circulation problems. And I just felt like it was a way for us to encourage each other. And we knew we both had a goal. So, yes, that's what I started doing.
Wow, that is so nice to hear that dad was actually doing exercise to support. That's really good.
Yeah.
Um, so in terms of the products, which of the products would you say is your favorite?
Um, I would say to start with Oxyflush. And Oxyflush isn't my favorite because it tastes or anything like the taste of it. It was more of the result. So, as a lot of women, we don't like our stomachs, but I was suffering from a lot of bloating. And when I took the Oxyflush for a few days, like within the first week, I started to notice that my stomach wasn't as bloated. And that was when I was like, oh, I like what I'm looking like. So Oxyflush was great for me. There was another one, Womanhood. And why I liked Womanhood is because within taking it within the first 3 weeks, I started to notice that when it was approaching my cycle time, I wasn't getting the symptoms that I've had before. So I wasn't getting back pain. I wasn't getting the build up to when it's coming, the cramps and stuff like that. So I started to notice the change within myself. So that's what made me realize that I have to keep this going.
I'd like to ask about Ultra Detox. How did you find that?
Well, actually, the Ultra Detox was really good for me because I was suffering from pre-diabetes. And the Ultra Detox, along with the SOS, it really took the symptoms. I feel like it was cleansing my blood. Um, I think it's a combination of the SOS, the Ultra Detox, and the blood cleanser. Those three really took the craving of my sugar out. I wasn't craving fried foods, and I feel like that's what really gave me the boost. To that was started making me feel better. Yeah.
Okay. If there's any product that you would like to recommend that women should get, which product would that be?
I'm gonna say Womanhood. That is the one. Womanhood. I mean, to be honest, I feel like when you're on your journey, depending on what your health problems are, different things work for different people. But I know that a lot of my friends, I've even recommended it to them, we're all suffering from a lot of period pains. Some of us have polycystic ovaries or fibroids or stuff like that. And as we're getting older, we're mindful that we would like to have children, and stuff like that. So it's like this is the time to really take care of your body. So I definitely saw the change within myself. And bear in mind, I've only been doing this. Well, this is actually now my 6th week. But I started to know the change. I see the change quite quickly. So I would recommend Womanhood.
In terms of your skin, have you been getting compliments?
Yes, I have. So a lot of people have said to me, wow, your skin's glowing, you look brighter, and I honestly think because I did the blood cleanser, there's also a new one that I'm trying out, which is a rice mask. So that as well definitely is pulling out the toxins. And I just think sometimes we have to work we have to work with our inside to get out. So a lot of people are applying things just to the outside of their skin and their hair, but it's also what we feed ourselves. And that leads me on to Elixir of Life. I feel that Elixir of Life definitely contributed to my skin, my nails, and my hair. Before I did the program, I cut my hair because it was falling out. It was thin, it was brittle, it was dry. And within 5 weeks, believe it or not, I've had some hair growth. So I feel like a combination of all the products has really helped to, I would say, kickstart my body being healthy again. My body's in a better position. So yeah.
Now that you've done the program for 6 weeks, would you recommend people, how would you recommend people to do detox? How many times a year? Once a year, twice a year?
Well, to be honest, I've been recommended every day. Sometimes I feel like, even when I'm at work, I'm like, oh, today I said, oh, I'm sorry to talk about it again. They were like, no, it's good. But for me, I definitely would, because I know how I was feeling and how I feel now. I feel like it would be a sin for me to hide and not share my healing with other people. So I've been telling all my friends. Today, I even told one of my co-workers who's experiencing some pains. So I've sent her the link and I've tried to explain to her as best as I can that there's so many different products and the program can be tailor-made to each individual. So it's not just a gimmick. It's tailor-made. You find out things about yourself. So for me, that's why I find it perfect. So yes, I definitely recommend it. I think it's also, we need to bear in mind that you don't want to just do the program and then go back to your old ways. That's the best thing as well. You need to think that now you feel great, you need to now do things in moderation. So I've continued with my self-discipline, and I've not just gone back to eating all the meat and all the things that I was eating before. So I would definitely recommend, I would say maybe 3 times a year, just to keep you to maintain yourself. And even with the oxyflush, like, have it now and again, and all the other ones, just to maintain a healthy diet and feel good within yourself.
I wanted to ask you your experience of using Menovate, because I know
Oh,
that's the product I recommended to you last week. What has been your experience?
well, the first night I used it, I wasn't sure what was going to happen, and I had had my shower, but I wasn't ready to go to sleep. But I said, okay, let me try this thing. So I tried it, and like within, I don't know if it was like 10 minutes, I started to feel really tired. I felt really relaxed, but I felt really tired. And I thought, oh, this is really nice. And I've been using it every night, because before the program, I wasn't sleeping. I was getting like having about 4 hours sleep. So I was really tired along with everything else. And now that I have this new product, I find myself wanting to use it every night. And it just makes me feel like I'm having an extra few hours sleep, even though I'm probably only having 7 or 8. I wake up feeling rested, which is so important for me because I drive daily. So yes, I'm enjoying using that one.
Oh, thank you so much for
Yeah,
sharing that experience. Because I actually use that every day because it
yeah,
helps me to sleep. So it gives me like the extra hours.
yeah. That's how
So
it feels.
if you're someone that works too late, it's a good product.
Yeah, yeah. I actually recommended it to my friend today at work, and she was on the website, and I had it with me, and I was telling her like smell it. She was like, "Oh, it smells really nice as well." So she was looking into it as well. So no, honestly, that one is really good for somebody who, even in the daytime. So
Yeah.
today, I put it on my the inside of my wrists, and I found that it makes you calmer.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely I would recommend that one.
Yeah, it does make you calm in the day, especially if you haven't had proper sleep and you didn't use it the
Yes.
night before. We
Yeah.
recommend that you use it during the day. So it will help you
Mm,
calm and you're able to do your work and not snap at anyone. So yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to advise somebody that is planning to go on the program, what would your advice be to somebody that is thinking, should I start or should I wait till after I've come back from holiday to start the
Definitely.
program?
After holiday, no. I mean, when I started the program, I was like, I really need to get away, really need to get away. But now I've booked my holiday in October. You don't want to do it after holiday. You want to be looking better within yourself for the holiday. So I would suggest to start the program. You're going to see a change. They're going to see a change within 4 weeks. Yeah. After 2 weeks, I noticed a change, but 4 weeks, 100%, you're going to see a change. So I would definitely say start the program, put your goals in, and get it done, because you will not believe how much of a difference it makes. I mean, not even just for me with my health, I'm talking about mentally. With the program, if you follow it and you follow it and you have discipline, you'll realize that in your life, different aspects of your life, you'll start thriving. So because I feel better within myself mentally as well, my business has started to thrive because I have more energy, um, and I'm more confident as well. So it's not just the eating, it's actually getting to know the new you. So this is the new me. So I definitely would recommend someone to start, especially if you're suffering from health problems. It could be anything. Even I was getting back pain. I don't get back pain anymore. So, and I don't know what product it is that helps with that, but I'm not getting back pain anymore. I just feel so much better within myself. So yeah, I would recommend it.
You know what? This thing about people not having pain anymore is so real, and I don't really know what products to say that was making the pain
Mm,
not to be there, because I spoke to a gentleman this afternoon. He came to me and said, when I started the program, I used to have headaches, and as soon as I started taking the product, the headache was gone, the pain was gone. So I said to him
Yeah.
jokingly, I said, you know what's caused that? One of the things that's made the headache and the pain to go is because you've cleared out your system using oxy. So I made a joke out of that. But to be honest, that's what most people say. You know, the headache is
Mm.
gone, the pain is gone.
Yeah.
I just wanted to just ask questions about the scan. You know, when you had the scan, what was your
Mm.
experience of having the scan? Like when you first came, I know you came before you did a scan and then you came again after a couple of
Yeah.
years to do the scan. So
Yeah.
what was your experience this time of doing the
Yeah.
scan?
Well, with the scan, I'm going to be honest with you. When I first saw the scan, I didn't know what to expect. I don't know if it was going to be a machine, you step into it. And at first I thought, how can this machine tell me things about myself by just the palm of my hand? When I was doing the scan, I was a bit, not sure if this is going to work. But the bit that made me realize that it is definitely unique to me was the emotions, and the machine does not lie. So when we were going through the emotions, it pulled up things that are underlying and things that have been troubling me and bothering me. And this is why I was saying that part of the program, it's not just about your physical health, it's also about your mental health and how you can, deal with some resolved issues. So during the scan, we went through that and the food list of things that to avoid, or things that I've maybe overdosed. And when I saw them, there was no doubt that that scan was about me, because all the foods I love were at the top. So I would definitely say to someone to be open-minded when you're doing the scan. But once the results come through, that's when you realize that it is definitely your information that, is being processed through to the computer. So yeah, that
So
was my
would you be able to tell us two things that you got out of the emotions part?
um so how I feel about money. I'm a person that I will give money away. Money never used to hold a value to me. And it was also because I felt that I didn't deserve to have money. And that's one of the things that it said. And that's very unique to me. Um, so now, because I've started to respect my money more, I'm not giving it away and I'm actually earning more money. So within my business, I'm also not, um, I don't feel bad to ask people for the amount that I deserve, So with my business, I know what I do is very good and I command a certain amount of money and I don't shy away from it anymore. So that was one thing. Um, and there are some really uncomfortable bits that it speaks about, but it spoke about how I feel about love and being deserving of love and allowing people to love me, because I'm very good at loving people, but I put a wall up for me to receive it. So I could do anything for everyone, but I put a wall up. And I felt like I am just by myself. So I could give but not receive. So these are things also that I've worked on because I don't want to be like that. So yeah.
Thanks for sharing that, because obviously that's a very um, personal thing to you. Did
Mm.
for some people, when we do the scan, things like anger comes up. I don't know if that came up for you, but
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
so how did
That
you
was
feel
up there.
about that?
To be honest, everything that came up, it was me. It definitely was me. I used to get really irritated very easily by the slightest thing. And so when that came up, I had to have a little laugh because because I knew it's a bit like, you can't shy away from when someone is telling you this is who you are. Even with your health, it said too much sugar. This is the truth. I was having too much sugar. So, in the same way, I was having too much sugar in the emotions part, when it said anger, that I was ashamed of certain things, or to be myself. it was the truth. So you can't deny or go against what is the truth. It's you, isn't it? And if you've come that far to do a scan, it means that you want to change and you want to better yourself. So you have to take it with all angles. And sometimes it may take us a little bit longer to process all these things. But I took time out and I went for the list. It was emailed to me, and I took time out. And every day I worked on some of my affirmations to become a better person. So that's why I feel like I've embraced all of aspects of the program, and that's why I think it's worked for me.
So how would you encourage somebody that is come to do the scan? They have been given products, but they are thinking of not taking it, or they are taking it, but they're not taking it in the way they should take it because they feel it's too hard, because they have to drink so much water. What advice would you give to somebody?
I don't like drinking water, but there was one other thing that I thought about. I don't want to be on medication. And my route that I was on, I was going to be on diabetic medication. I was told by the doctor, if you do not change your eating habits, you will be on medication. So for me, I would say if you do these steps now, in the long run, it will benefit you. Yeah. You have to make a change. You have to have self discipline, and you're going to cheat yourself. If you're taking the medication but eating the wrong things, you're only hurting yourself. So for me, it's change your lifestyle so it benefits you in the future. And that's what I've done, because I knew that if I was on medication, I probably wouldn't take it. And I know the effects. My best friend died of diabetes. So I've seen my friend, lose her sight in one eye. She's had to have her toes amputation and now she's not here. So for me, to change my life for 6 weeks, to drink extra water, to have healthier foods, why would you not? Think of the route, the other possibility compared to having a few more liters of water. You know, in the mornings, having your liquid oxygen. I started to feel more upbeat, more energetic, you know, just by taking these things. So don't cheat yourself, just do it.
Thank you very much. That is so nice to hear from you. One last thing I wanted to ask you before we end tonight is how did you do your routine? Because normally I would say to clients, start at 6 o'clock. So I say to them, take oxygen first at 6 o'clock, 6:15, you can take brain juice and then ultra detox and then work your way to the end. That's what I recommend for clients, and clients have been doing that. But how did you do yours?
Well, for me, I started at about just after 6. I start work at 8 because I work in construction, so my day starts very early and it takes me about an hour to drive. So the first thing I would do in the morning was put my kettle on, have my liquid oxygen, and then go and have my shower. By the time I've had my shower, the kettle water's not so hot. I would put my ultra detox in it because you have to have that with warm water. And then, so I've had my uh, um, liquid oxygen before the shower, after the shower, ultra detox. And then I would have my brain juice, and I would have all my morning ones before I leave. That way, it fills my stomach as well. So I'm not missing breakfast. Elixir of life. And then I take my drive. And then after I have my drive, I would have my vitamin C. So I would stagger it so that I don't feel like I'm standing there and drinking loads at one time. And then my smoothie would get me through the day so that I wouldn't crave having wanting lunch or not feeling full. And then eating early in the evening is very important as well. What it was for me.
So did you snack during the day?
I did snack during the day, but I snacked on vegetables. I had salad. So some days I didn't really fancy a smoothie. So what I would do is I would chop up my ingredients of the smoothie, and then just have that. So that was my snacking. Yeah.
So did you do the lemon water then?
The lemon water I actually didn't do straight away.
Mhm.
I've started to introduce that within the last week. But before that, I was just having my tonics, and then I would have my smoothie, and then just pure water. So now I'm doing that. I think for me, I didn't want to have so many different things all at once, because I wanted to make sure I was having both morning and night for the ones that were required. So that's how I was managed to get through my first 5 weeks. So now I'm doing the lemon detox as well.
So can you give us an example of your evening meal?
Oh,
What it contained? Because I saw some of your pictures on Instagram. They are really
yes.
lovely. So like,
So
yeah.
yes. So I like a lot of things, like I would mix it up. So I tried millet, and I would have lots of vegetables. So I would do a salad, and I would lay things on top so that your eyes would feel that you were more full. I didn't really have fish as much. I know you could have steamed fish, but I tried to stay away from that, not having it every day as a meat substitute. So I had a sea bass maybe once a week, a steamed sea bass. I would have a small amount of chickpeas. Um, what else would I have? Fennel. I tried fennel. Um, Tomatoes, red onions, so many different things. And I tried things like artichoke, that's very good for you. Um, yeah, so many things and so many different fruits. I tried custard apple, which is really good for you in moderation. Just all the things, papaya. So I would do like a papaya green salad. So before it would be ripe, that with some mushrooms, just small amounts of things to keep it, to keep me going, and to make it a bit more exciting for me. So yeah.
That is so nice. I haven't tried that. The papaya, you said something about drying the seeds. Did you dry the seed to drink?
Yes.
Mhm.
So with papaya seeds, you can use it as a seasoning. So I dried the seeds, and then I milled them, and you can sprinkle them on your food, kind of like a black pepper kind of substitute. So I did that. Avocado seeds very good as well. So I would have like I've had avocado probably twice within the 5 weeks, but when I've had it, I grate the seed, and I dry the seed, and then I toast it and put cloves in it, and then drink it as a tea. It's very good for you. So on this journey, I've just said, you know what, I'm going to research all these things. And I just felt like all the healthy things were coming out at me. So I was going places, different markets, and I was finding all these new, to me, it was like new fruits and veg, and I also tried to make sure that I had things with seeds. So it wasn't just fruits and veg, having fruits and veg that are actually going to be good for me, and not, like some people have grapes. I wasn't allowed grapes, but if I did, I would have the ones with the seeds. Um, and also, one other thing I was going to say is it's not just the fruits and veg. I think it's important for you to clean your fruits and veg um, as well. And I was doing the vegetable wash. So the vegetable wash takes all of the pesticides off of the vegetables and the fruits. So at least you know that everything you're putting in is as pure as you can. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Liana, for tonight. We appreciate your coming. We'll definitely look forward to you coming again and
Yes.
maybe doing a demonstration of how
Well,
you
I've still
you make
got,
your dinner or something. Because
yeah,
you told me so many things today that I haven't tried, and someone
yeah.
who loves to try new foods. And for us, we believe that food is the main thing that heals the body, and most of our products are actually plant-based. So
Mm.
So you're definitely putting in liquid food. So people think, oh, well, it's product after mixes is like medicine. It's not medicine. It is plant-based. And that's one of the reasons why we say to you, don't eat till evening, so that because all the products have enough time to work through your body.
Yes.
So one last thing to tell us before you go tonight. What is the thing that you want us to remember about tonight?
I would like probably more about for people to think about their health, and how important it is. And that's basically the thing that I want to draw home, that your health is your wealth. And for me, I used to work a lot, but ooh,
Did it go off?